Spells main board. What do we have in the? We have islands
For the colorless.
and ceremonies for
the-
just one though. We have 2 the slaughter, which is fine, and 2 transgress, and that's it. I don't think that's enough. I think Alex has a pretty favorable matchup right now.
We do, yeah. All right, so
Like
here we go.
Andrew has to have a very aggressive start, and Stratton needs to not have a Kozilek's return.
Yeah.
With his, Ulamog or Emrakul that comes down. I'm not sure. The one pile shuffle rule, I think, is up in the air. I'm not sure how exactly it's supposed to be worded.
I don't know exactly how enforced it is, but Alex on a quick mulligan. We'd actually talked to him a little bit that mulliganing is actually one of the most important features of this deck.
Yeah.
You can't just keep any garbage hand. You need to mulligan to certain things. Until maybe you get down to 5, then you'll keep anything with lands and spells. But
Yeah.
at 7, you have a pretty free mulligan if you don't have the pieces you need.
Ooh, here we go.
Arlen Cord, Insano.
That's right. That was the other card. 1. Interesting. I think I have one of those. I'm pretty excited to play that deck. I might even play that card in the board.
I've seen it. So, yeah, Alex taking a look at 6.
Just seems great against like Jund style decks. Where you get extra value. We have another Ulamog. Alex Stratton, king of the opening hand Ulamog in the Aetherworks Marvel deck.
Does keep the scry on top, though, so. We got a turn 1 Gnarlwood, perhaps?
That is the
Vessel.
Traverse.
Yeah, Traverse, rather.
Yeah.
You're right. Just getting a basic here to keep his lands flowing.
That's what I really love about Traverse the Uvenwald. It's one of those multi-faceted cards, even though
Good
it has
early, good late.
one line of text.
Yeah.
It's that, do you need this? Okay, go get it. If not, wait, we can go get better stuff.
Alex quickly playing his Puzzle Knot, scrying 2, getting 2 energy in the
There's
process.
another Puzzle Watt and a Aetherworks Marvel.
Yeah, top
Leaving
bottom. I like
top
it.
Bottom? Okay.
Leaving the Marvel.
Yep. We definitely want the Marvel, but I was thinking we want the Puzzle Knot because
Just to get some more
it's the
energy.
energy, because we need 6.
Yeah, it was
for
the blue
Marvel.
one, though, so it wouldn't have gotten him to the requisite energy this
Well,
turn.
we sack this one this turn. We just can't turn 4 Marvels, what the issue ends up being.
Yeah, so turn 2 Copter from Andrew, and Alex looks like he's just going to sack Scry 2. Get a couple more energy. Andrew going to play a creature to go ahead and... Oh, wow, this is a cute
great
interaction.
creature.
We've got a Copter crewing a Copter almost.
Yeah.
A Pilgrim's Eye, the original Copter, going ahead and crewing up the Smuggler's Copter after getting some card advantage here.
Super Flavor Fail. Ornithopter can't pilot Smuggler's Copter.
It can't. That is definitely a flavor fail. So, looks like Andrew has actually drawn his Embercool. Probably not going to be castable in a game this quick, but we'll see. He's got to choose what to discard. He does have a lot of dead cards, so the Smuggler's
Yeah.
Copter looting is going to be super relevant.
There's
Discards
a
are
murder.
a murder, and yeah, smartly
Can't hit
discarding
the
that one.
Emrakul, can't kill the Ulamog.
Yeah, literal dead
decent
card.
place to be.
Kills Glint Nest, big game.
Yeah, 1/3 flyer.
That already drew your card. So yeah, we're up to 4 energy. I wonder if Alex just jams the Marvel. No, he's going to
So we have a
contingency plan.
Not a huge fan of this card, but it does set you up really, really well. For
It does
future
what you
trends.
need it to do in this deck.
And Alex has the Flash enchantment in his hand.
And there's an Emrakul there, and an Ulamog, so he gets to set it up.
2 Ulamogs.
I don't think he'll bin any of these, because he'd rather have them... The other ones go to the bottom of the
Yeah.
deck, is that correct?
So we can shuffle them back into the library. It looks like he's going to try to bin a land. Binning a land, I think, is a fine place to be here.
Yeah, you don't need more than about 5 lands in this deck,
But
so...
we want to make sure we stack the deck so that we're not drawing any of the big fatties.
Yep, and it looks like he has another Puzzle Knot... Oh, no.
You can't hit Copter with that.
You can. It says enchant permanent, I
Ooh,
believe.
okay.
Or maybe
vehicle.
it says
No, it's
artifact.
creature or vehicle.
Okay. I know it can hit vehicles, though, but yeah. So that's nice out, and that puts him up to 6.
Yep.
So
Which
next
is-
turn he has a Marvel that's guaranteed to hit
Ulamog.
either or.
Yeah.
There's an Emrakul in there, too. I
Yeah,
believe.
I don't know if we want the Emrakul. The Ulamog comes down and just exiles both of these permanents.
I mean, it could also just hit 2 lands, and that's a huge game here.
Yeah.
It depends on what gets dropped this turn, I suppose,
Yep.
from Andrew's side.
Andrew not opting to go with the Copter.
Well, the Copter has no... it could attack
It
as a
still
loot.
gets the attack trigger.
It could, sure, but it wouldn't deal the damage. I mean, maybe that's worth it, and we're just going to play tracker
Tireless
and
tracker.
get a
Gnarlwood Drive?
and a Gnarlwood Drive. No clue.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So here I think you actually get the Emrakul, but we'll see what Alex decides. Let's see what he chooses. This is actually
I still think I'm big on the Ulamog plan.
Ulamog Exile Tracker Copter, or what would you exile? Or just go after some lands?
I don't. So like going after Copter has some merit to it because you're hitting.
We're going Emrakul though, so we don't even gotta think about it.
Your enchantment's going to the graveyard, and it's going to trigger the Marvel to get another energy. Mm-hmm. But
okay, well this could be a beating because there is a removal spell in hand, and that's always the scariest proposition as a.
Yeah, it's the Ruinous Path too, which is super
the only
important.
thing that can kill the Emrakul. Yeah.
We just don't have enough mana to be able to deploy multiple things like we want to.
Yeah, he actually wanted.
He's got a Grasp of Darkness too, actually.
So we'll attack the. No, I want to like attack the. Okay, we're gonna crew that and loot. He's gonna
draw
loot.
Discard. Oh,
okay,
I like draw
cool,
discard.
Cool. But he didn't hit anything, so now we'll just bin the Pilgrim's Eye, maybe.
I think I've been the.
Actually, you've been you.
I've been the Ruinous Path.
I would bin the Ruinous Path, yeah.
Because then you can play the Pilgrim's Eye and
Though I
Grasp
guess
of Darkness one of your own creatures.
Yeah, he actually doesn't want him to even be able to get an extra land next turn because he's still choked on mana. One play per turn here with the current mana, and then you just Ruinous Path
the Dryad.
Yeah, we'll just go after the Copter. No more card selection. It's not like the Dryad is going to win or lose this game for.
All right, the Death Touch I think is slightly relevant.
Sure, but it can't. Emrakul is flying.
Yeah.
So. And the other guy has Indestructible. So. Yeah, and that does actually give Alex one more energy.
Yep. His own permanent going to the graveyard is a definite positive in this situation and a reason to go after the Copter.
Yeah, that actually, I had missed that play. That's a good play. And Liliana, not looking too exciting. Grasp, certainly not doing anything here.
Doing absolutely nothing.
So,
Double Liliana to mention.
Andrew
so he's
getting,
just got a dead card in hand.
Yeah, Andrew getting a quote-unquote free turn here, but with this thoroughly decimated board.
I think we drew another Gnarlwood Dryad.
He did, so
So
Liliana Gnarlwood is, at least uses mana. There's probably Delirium here, I would say.
There's got to be something in hand. I think I see Emrakul in hand.
There is an Emrakul.
Is there?
But he's nowhere near casting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's why we've been to the other Pilgrim's Eye.
Yep, he just wants him to miss on lands.
Yeah.
So, attack for presumably 3, but it might be 1. We'll see in a second.
We definitely
Just
have,
1.
No, it should be 3.
Okay, never mind. We had a...
Yeah, it's Traverse, Murder, and Pilgrim's Eye, which is two types in itself, artifact and creature.
Yep, so Emrakul getting knocked down to a meager 11 power. And let's see how much energy Alex can generate this turn and see if he can get another spin. I think he's probably just going to go at Andrew here, make it a 2-turn clock.
Yeah,
Don't care about
does
Lily.
literally nothing in this situation. That's
And-
another card I'm probably interested in getting rid of.
Yep, so we got a Glint Nest here. Look at the top 4. Hits another Marvel, and yep, just going to grab that. And he does have a Puzzle Knot to play for the turn to grab at least 2 more energy. Yep, so 2 more up to 3. Sacking it, that puts him back up to 6, correct? Next turn? Because you get
No.
the 2 and then the 1.
Yes, it does. I keep forgetting about the other,
extra 1,
Yeah,
yeah.
the extra 1 from
It happens when the
Towers
tower is out,
and
yes.
the Aetherworks Marvels.
So, yeah, Andrew needs to draw his second Ruinous Path. I believe he played 2.
I think it was
Yep,
one.
now he
It
has
was
2. So he
Okay.
needs to draw that ASAP, otherwise that is game with him at 9, unless he gains some life somehow. He does have Essence Extraction.
Yeah, gaining a little bit of life I think is kind of relevant, but I still think 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's enough. Oh no, we got the Crane. Crane wins the game.
Oh yeah, Crane.
Even
attacking
with
for
the
1.
Liliana minus, Crane wins game. Unless we extract the Crane.
You have to extract the Crane, unless he extracts his own creature.
Yeah, so he hits the Crane, gets rid of that, so then it's not lethal. We got a 1 instead.
He does have it. So he lives another turn.
Wow, that's insane.
I don't know if it'll be enough. He's still going to need to draw a Ruinous Path.
We
but-
do get another energy, which is great.
Alright, so now the attack's for 6-7. And Oh, wait, no, now that he tapped... Oh, yeah, because Emrakul's 11 now. This is 1 point short, and Alex can't just...
Get an extra point of damage.
He can't find an extra point, so he actually has to hit off this Aetherworks, otherwise he might lose. He'll have to hold back on blocking duty otherwise.
Wow, that's crazy.
So Alex has to hit here.
Well,
Ulamog.
Yeah.
He did just get a nice shuffle, though, that puts 2 Ulamogs back into the deck.
And we do have the
puzzle not to scry.
To scry too.
He may very well crack that before firing off the Aetherworks. He's going to attack first. I don't know if I like that. I think you want to see.
I'm not a big fan of the attack.
I think you got to see what's on top
But
first.
the issue is if you look at 6 cards and one of them is Emrakul, then you're in a little bit of trouble.
Then that is annoying. You're totally correct. There's definitely merits to both. But now he will scry.
We'll get 3 energy.
I think that maybe your point actually is more valid. And we're going to go... I think it was 2 lands, so bottom.
Yeah, it was definitely Aether Hub X.
So, yeah, it's 8 cards he gets to look at. He just needs to find... Actually, does Kozilek's Return do anything?
No.
That still is 6 damage exactly.
Ooh,
He can cast that.
Yes, that will save
That buys him a
turn.
turn. Yeah, that buys him a turn.
And gets him 2 energy,
Yeah, up to 5.
which is 1 away from an activation.
All right, so Andrew needs to go ahead and find 2 damage somehow, which I don't think his deck can produce out of nowhere.
I'm fairly certain we can't get 2 damage out of nowhere.
But this does buy him a turn to find Ruinous Path.
Or Noxious Gearhulk.
Or Noxious Gearhulk.
But we don't
No,
have
he's
mana.
he's 2 mana off.
2 mana constrained on that.
Man, this Aether Meltdown, is that what this card is called?
I think so.
Aether Meltdown really came in the clutch there.
Multiple times, actually.
Yeah,
Taking
bought him
the
a lot
power
of
away from
times,
Copter.
yeah.
So Andrew stepped away from the looting on the Copters.
Wow, closer game than I would have expected.
Absolutely. Again, like Andrew had a fairly aggressive draw where he's got his Narwhal Dryads,
1 to 6.
wild Nakaddles basically.
Andrew really fought for this. I thought that he was just dead on turn 4 or turn
Yeah.
5 when the Aetherwork came down, but yeah, he found a line that almost would have won him this if Alex was unable to find either Big Creature or Aether Meltdown. Basically, that was it. I guess Gluttonous Crane on the board would have represented it, but there's removal spells in Routing in Andrew's hand, so. I think Andrew's just going through the permutations, but if I got a good look at his hand, it's all spells that just don't get the job done here.
Now, if we had a Hissing Quagmire,
If that
in
Blossoming
trouble.
was a Hissing Quagmire, that would be game.
be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, unless we're missing something, I think that is just going to be that. It's 2 Grasp of Darknesses and a Liliana. So we're going to minus and hope to find... I'm not sure what we could find here.
Nor can we see what he hit off of that.
Yeah, with the amount of mana he has, there's nothing that he could hit here. There's no,
Yeah, no creatures that could
the creature that
stop
makes you
this.
sack, whatever that guy was called, Fleshbag Marauder. I don't think he's still in the format.
No, he was a Magic Origins
Yeah,
card.
so there's nothing like that could be found. So I do believe we're kind of just going through the motions here.
I mean, it's,
Ishkana, but he doesn't have the mana.
yeah.
And that wouldn't have even been enough, I don't think.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That would have been enough.
No, because Emrakul didn't get hit.
Because the
Liliana went
minus.
down.
You're
Liliana
right,
went
that would have
down.
been exactly lethal.
Yeah.
There was literally nothing that could be found there. Alright, so let's go to sideboarding here. What do you like out of, there's definitely some stinkers in here that need to come out. So.
Absolutely, the removal spells are terrible. Island Negate. I don't know. We have one
I think
Aether
all
Hub
these
in this
counter
deck?
spells are coming in. No, you also have the 4 Evolving Wilds, so at least you have 5 sources.
But we don't have the Servant of the Conduits.
No servants? Well, you have grapples in this version, right?
Or you have Traverse.
You have Traverse, and I think there's grapples in this version.
No, I don't see Grapple either. So we have
Yeah, no,
the 4
wait,
Traverse
no
New
grapples? Wow, I read this deck completely wrong.
With 4 Traverse New Wilds.
And Vessel sort of finds it.
Yeah, Vessel sort of finds it. 4 Evolving Wilds and 1 Aether Hub and an island out of the board.
For
And
a
we've
bunch
got-
of counters.
Yeah, we've got a Negate, 2 Spell Shrivels, a Ceremonious Rejection. I like the To the Slaughter and I like the Transgress the Mines.
Absolutely.
Appetite for the Unnatural I think is fine, but I don't think we want to...
Nah.
Because they're not playing...
By the time they play it, they always
yeah,
have the
they
mana,
have
or
the
they have
energy that they need to activate, so they don't need... There's just no room for an artifact removal spell at that point. So, what do we got on your side?
All right, I think Alex wants to maintain mostly the same
Yeah.
game plan, but he may try to go to this Glimmer of Genius plan to try to grind, but I don't... He had
So
mentioned doing that, but I don't think it's the right plan.
I think after seeing how that game played out and how we almost died, I don't think we want to go into
So
that
he probably
plan.
brings in the 2 more meltdowns.
Yeah, 2 more meltdowns. Possibly I could see bringing in some number of dispels, but I don't know how...
He might not know about
Yeah,
the
I don't
plan.
know how well he's informed about the blue splash in the board of these decks.
You wouldn't expect it.
No, I every time I've seen it, I've been surprised. Even now, after I've seen it once,
Yeah,
I'm still
very
surprised
surprising.
that people are still doing it.
Especially without the Mana Dork.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
yeah,
this deck seems much harder to get the blue, whereas, like,
that other one at least had the...
yeah, your incidental blue is great in the other deck, whereas this deck's, like, you have to work much harder to get the blue,
Agreed.
and it's infinitely more obvious, I think, in those lists, because you're going to fetch for an island, and Alex is going to be like, why do we have island?
And he'll
All right,
immediately
counter
know,
spells
sure.
are coming, whereas, like, if we got Servant of the Conduit and Aether Hub, we should be like, tap this, add a
Yeah, you
blue,
never
throw a
expect
counter
it.
spell.
But yeah, I think Alex stays very similar. Maybe just adds 2 more Aether Meltdowns.
Yeah, I like definitely the Aether Meltdowns, possibly some of the counter spells, like some of the dispel action, but not likely.
Yeah, not until game
this.
3 if he sees
Yeah.
something. But yeah, I think he just wants to be lean and try to go for the turn 4, turn 5 again. But as we saw, one turn, or if Andrew had been on the play, that
Yeah.
game was in his favor, even through an Emrakul.
Absolutely. Like not hitting both of our main board Aether Meltdowns, I think, would have been
That
really,
too, yeah.
Really,
Alex had to whiff up on that.
Yeah.
Or he actually hit that, or I guess any of the 3 hits, as long as it wasn't a puzzle knot.
yeah.
Because Emrakul or Ulamog still would have been fine. Second turn would have
Yeah,
been good enough.
Kozilek's return wasn't good enough because the
They were all 3s.
Dryads got to the 3/3. It would have
Yep.
killed the Pilgrim's Eye, but
Yeah,
at
but
that
that
point it
wouldn't
just
have
doesn't matter
mattered.
because the
He
other
was
2
at
quests are
6.
still
Yep.
lethal. But then I guess you can not attack with the Emrakul and block with the Emrakul.
Emrakul
Get
does die,
energy,
though.
Getting energy
Yeah,
off
you
of
gotta-
that, so you get to power up your next Marvel Works, hopefully. So it was a tough situation for sure. The attack was risky, but we got
Like you
there.
had
We
said,
got
if you
really
get
lucky
the
to hit that
Emrakul.
meltdown actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
if that meltdown becomes any other card other than Ulamog and Emrakul, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yep, so here comes game 2
Yep.
with Andrew on the play this time. I think if he has that same or reasonably close draw,
Hey,
and
we
he's on the
trimmed
play, I
down
think
the,
he's going
the
to win.
bad removal spells too, and Alex's deck doesn't really change much after board, so
Yeah, I mean,
I think
that
we're in a
game
decent
he
spot.
was almost on a 2 or 3 card mulligan
Yeah.
because he had... The extraction did something because it bought him a turn, but it almost didn't do something.
Yeah.
But the 2 grasps were literally rotting in his
I
hand.
think actually we might bring in the appetite for the unnatural because of the Aether Meltdowns.
Possibly.
We saw the Meltdowns, we saw Puzzle Knots, we saw the Aetherworks Marvel. It's possible that we want the single copy of that because
Yeah.
I think it's got enough utility that we want to see it, but we don't want like 4 or 5 copies.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, game 2 coming down in just a moment.
Yeah, it says they're starting. There we go.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm just going to take a look at their 7s. And that was Alex on a mulligan to 6 as well, so we shouldn't mention
Yeah.
that.
Are we keeping 7? That looks like keep 7 action right here.
That looks like
I think we got it in
7s.
tune with Aetherworks Marvel. We got Ulamog in hand again. Absolute best in the world. Alex.
So Alex always just has a 6-card hand, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go a little shortcutting. Play Evolving Wilds, fetch it while we're searching for the land that's getting traversed, just to save time.
I like
Pretty
it.
standard sequence. I like it. Saves some time.
There's the island. So Stratton, full knowledge on early turns that
Yeah,
there's an island
if Stratton
in the deck.
didn't have an idea that there's counters now, he's certainly a
Yep.
little wary of some things.
We've definitely got a turn 2 Crane, which is actually great because that chumps the Dryads that
Yeah, and it can
Andrew
help
could be
us
playing.
find our Aetherworks, and it does whiff, though, it looked like.
Yeah.
And it looks like Alex brought the Kozilek in.
Okay.
I saw that. That's at the bottom now.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. I guess this
It's not
match-
as impactful as those other
Yeah.
two, but
We're not really trying to trade resources in this match all that much, so I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I think if you end up drawing 4 or 5 cards, though, you're also still in pretty good
Yeah.
shape. So maybe just having another hit. And we're just going to go ahead and attune, I guess, shuffle it back in, get a couple energy, and
Yeah.
let's see
another
if he
forest.
attacks in for 1. A cheeky attack. I mean, at this point, it's also fine to just block in game 3, I think.
Yeah.
Because preserving his life total is kind of
We got a puzzle knot in hand.
Okay, actually, the gaining of 6 on this one and the fact it gives you 3 energy,
Yeah.
super relevant in a beatdown matchup, I found.
Yep. They're deep
There we go.
on that card right now. Beat downs. Tack 4-1. Sending a very strong message.
Let's see if Andrew has a creature to crew here. I would imagine he does. His deck is highly creature dense. All right, the old the double copter action again.
Copter.
And we
Get in
get
the
this
chopper.
And
Crack of Wilds.
the fact that he played the island first, it's got to be on Alex's radar that maybe the Ceremonious Rejection is in play now.
Yeah.
Because he played that before playing Pilgrim's Eye. A little bit of a tell there. And we're just going to go ahead and loot, get in for 3. I don't know if I see it. It could just be at this point a bluff, but it's going to be a good bluff for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. I'm holding up blue for the rest of the game, and
Yep.
it's not close.
All right, and he just didn't have it, and Alex is just going. Although, Andrew could be slow rolling and trying to counter the spell that comes down, but I doubt it.
Yeah, there's
That
just
seems
no
no
reason.
reason to do that. And it looks like Alex basically hit garbage. He'll
Yeah.
cast the Kozilek's Return, I think.
we-
Or is it a tune? There's not much.
I think I cast the Cosmic Return.
You
off
cast the
of this.
Kozilek's Return. A tune is fine, giving 2 energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just actually casting an attune off of Marvel. A little suboptimal.
Yeah, I really like casting the Cosmic Return infinitely better. I just looked up Aetherworks Marvel to double check what the text says.
This is cast a spell from the top 6, right?
Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast a card from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest in the bottom of your library. Does that mean you can do this at instant speed?
You can. Okay, this is actually puts the clock on. This is, going along with your point. This would have ended up taking 5 power off the board. But yeah, now Alex is getting attacked for 8 with a loot from Andrew. So Alex is gonna need to find something quick.
So
With the Kozilek's Return in the yard, it would have triggered
Yeah.
if he hits. So that I see why you like doing that, and I do too.
and we're getting up to 7 energy. So I guess without the attune, we have 1 energy in the field right now, and then we crack the puzzle knot.
You'd be 1 lower. You are correct, but Alex
We'd
did
be
bring
2 lower because attune adds 2.
Yes, but sacking that gives you 4 this time around.
Yeah, sacking that gives you 4, so we'd only be at 5 for the requisite 6 that we needed.
Okay, so we're gonna spin it again. And I think we had another whiff in terms of big stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's an Aetherworks Marvel. So if we choose Marvel,
You get 2 more. 2 energy.
you
the way
get
it
2
works.
energy off of that.
I think Alex is just dead next turn, though. I don't think the life total is correct right now. Is
For
it? He
might
gained
be.
6, but he just took 8 here. Maybe it's still correct.
no, he didn't take 8. Well, no, maybe he did because you would have used the Hulk
The gear
to
Hulk,
power
yeah.
the copter.
We'll double check the life totals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex actually just chooses to get a Scry 2 puzzle knot here. Find the Ulamog, he's going to leave that as the second card down, so he'll have enough energy to go ahead and get that the following turn. That actually will do a good job at cleaning up the board if he can live through the turn. For some reason, I really think this life total is incorrect. Okay, I guess upon double checking, it is correct.
Yeah. Alex has a negate in his hand. So I guess he brought in the 1 negate from the sideboard, it looks like.
Yeah, so he had the hunch about the counter spells. Maybe he scouted a little bit or has just played against this archetype.
I mean, I guess I'm assuming they're bringing in some form of spells that can answer the Emrakul, like whether it be discard or something else.
Sure.
And we don't always do something on the early turns. That's interesting.
So this attack for
9?
9, yep. Let's see what the follow-up is here. It's going to be, the Appetite, and we've got it up with a negate.
Yep. But we
This was
could
the sequence you had
we
mentioned,
could have a
right?
counterspell backup here.
I seriously doubt it. He doesn't. That's his only blue mana.
Oh yeah,
tapped.
so the blue mana is tapped. Okay.
All right, so Alex is going to get to cast an Ulamog for free
Yep.
and exile the 2 big things. So Alex is going to be straight back in this.
Yes.
So the top card, he left both on top. The second one down is the Ulamog.
Yeah,
I don't know what the top one was.
If you scry and see a big fatty on the top of a deck like this, you have the marvel in hand. You always it was a glimmer. Okay.
So
you
he did go to that point.
Yes, you always leave a card on top of it.
So that you can hit it off
Yeah.
the marble, yeah.
We're gonna pop, go to 6, getting 2 from the puzzle knot, 1 from the Aetherworks marble trigger.
And it's Emrakul and Ulamog. I think here I like Ulamog better than
Okay.
Emrakul.
All right. So he's scrying. I was like, why did he stop looking at the 2 cards?
Wow, so here are all the fatties. Let's see, I think you go Ulamog here. And just get
Honestly,
rid of the 2 fatties.
No, I think if we Ulamog, I get rid of Copter and Pilgrim's Eye.
You keep Gearhulk? Sure.
Because, like, you just block Gearhulk.
Sure. Yeah, actually, that's a better line. You're correct.
Yeah, because the other 2 are both flyers.
Yep.
So if they get left on the floor, you can pilot a Copter and
See,
start flying over.
I forgot that this guy, he's huge, but he doesn't have flying, whereas
Yeah.
Emrakul does have flying. And
Yes.
you even have the Gilt Nest. Gilt Leaf, or what's his name? Gilt Nest Crane?
Gilt Nest Crane. We get a life gain puzzle knot off of that.
And now the engine is just churning. Alex just
Yeah.
gets to go ahead and basically every turn get to go ahead and spin the
Yeah, and I think Andrew has a Ruinous Path in hand. The Ruinous
can't
Path does
kill.
nothing against the Ulamog, and that's why I like the Ulamog versus the
especially because it
Gearhulk.
cleans up the board so well, yeah.
Another thing is, like, if we did bring in the To the Slaughters, we've got fodder for that now.
Yep, there
But I
is
guess,
indeed.
like, we just Ruinous Path the Crane and then To the Slaughter.
You could do that, yep.
But then we have, what, two permanents going to the graveyard, our Marvels at 2 energy, and then we just play the puzzle knot.
And sack the puzzle knot, and that's
Yeah, and
another,
we've-
that's another 8.
Just play the puzzle knot, sack the puzzle knot is enough to get it by itself.
Though it is
We
worth
do have a
noting
Ruinous
there's,
Path.
I think, 3 fatties on the bottom.
We have Liliana in hand, too. That doesn't do anything against the Crane, because the Crane has the incorrect amount of toughness necessary. But, yeah, I don't know. This is a tough spot.
It went from looking really good
We've
for
got,
Andrew,
he got a
especially
Nissa in
after
his
the whip.
hand, actually.
Yeah, so he sided in. That's in
The
the
Nissa
sideboard,
Vital
correct?
Force, yeah.
No, that's actually. Oh no, there's
Yeah,
one
he's
in the
got two
yeah,
Nissa Vital
okay.
Forces in the sideboard. Yeah, there's just really nothing we can do against this Ulamog.
It's gonna be tough, especially as you've mentioned before. It's kind of it's killing you 2 ways. It's getting your library and it's a 10-10. So it's kind of 2-turn clock both ways most of the time.
Yeah.
When you cheat it out, maybe they're not down to 40 cards yet, but it's close.
Yeah, this is just a tough spot for Andrew, and I think just a little ode to Modern, I think, right here in the quote-unquote Tron versus Jund matchup, where Jund has aggressive enough draws where it can win, but, if Tron hits a fatty, like, you're in a lot of trouble.
It's tough, yeah.
And then we play Infect, and we beat both of them.
We don't actually get to see that matchup, though. There was no green-red energy in the top 8. It did not.
Very
appear to
sad.
be.
John Delano missed quite cleanly, it looks
All
like.
right, so Andrew just
Cletus.
deploys a couple threats.
Okay. Hard to see what he hit off of the Liliana because the graveyard itself is off the screen.
All right, I
Attune
like
with
this,
either-
though. Start the Attune because he has an Emrakul and an Ulamog on the bottom.
Yeah.
Grabs himself an island. I'm curious if he's going to attack with the Ulamog first again because of the fear of hitting a second one. That one's legendary as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if maybe it's okay, Woodweaver's puzzle knot. Up to 5, gain a couple. Again, the gaining 6 is so relevant in these beatdown matchups.
Yep.
Yeah, but now up to 9, so he's already halfway there to the next one because of that. And we're just gonna go for it. Pre-combat. So I don't mind this. 4, 5, and 6. It is another Ulamog, but he's fine. Just if you get rid of now both the creatures, sure. And now you don't even need to keep this one. Attack for 10. Yep, good play from Alex. Keep the one that's not summoning sick. Just basically using it as a trigger. And you can even send the Gilt Nest at the Liliana, finish it off. So that's a 10, a 20 card mill.
really good turn from
That was a
Alex.
really great turn.
Yeah.
Basically leaves Andrew with nothing but lands. And I don't even think he has one hissing Quagmire, but at 17, that's not going to be. Are we getting the hard count Emrakul cast? Because he does have one in hand.
4 on Emrakul.
They play sorceries, artifacts.
Creature.
There's a
and
creature.
The negate is in the graveyard.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's not that far off, but I think the game will end before that happens.
Yeah.
Especially because it looks like just another Marvel will probably happen in the upcoming turn.
Yeah, we're not very far off another Marvel. We have the Glimmer of Genius in hand, puts us to 5. So we find, what, 1 Aether Hub? We're good. That's all we have to find is an Aether Hub.
He did miss his energy from Ulamog, though I don't think it'll matter, but that is a good point, Trent.
Yeah, wow, that would have been enough for the Glimmer to get you to the 6th.
Yeah, it would have. That's a good catch. I actually missed that.
Yeah.
Delpham, we were actually getting the count for Alex, because Alex has Emrakul in hand.
Yeah, Alex has it in hand. He's pretty notorious for having the big giant monsters in hand that are generally uncastable. But
yeah, there we go.
Emrakul's actually the reasonable one to cast.
Yeah, Alex with a nice... It seems like how this matchup goes. It's Andrew develops a nice board.
Yeah.
See if we can get another match, maybe? I'm sure that there's got to be another one going. I think interview till the end, probably. Just because, like, there's no reason to preemptively interview.
People of Kaladesh, whether you hail from distant fields or greenbelt towns or from our great city centers, this is your time. The Kaladesh Inventors Fair invites you, our best and brightest, to share your ingenuity with the world. As an official entrant, you may fuel your creativity with unrestricted ether access. Demonstrate that you can channel the ether into bold, new creations. Showcase your ideas, your inventions, your genius. In this time when anything is buildable, you can invent your tomorrow